Hello everyone, welcome back to Minecraft Feed the Beast. I am Zerul, your conductor for today's train wreck of an episode. Today we're going to go ahead and work around a little bit. We're going to go ahead and build ourselves some power armor. I think it's finally time. It should be cheaper than the Gravichest plate with all this iridium that it needs, but I want to play around with the power armor there. To give you a few updates of what's been going on since the last left off, as you may have noticed, there has been an update to the Direwolf 20 mod pack, which has included the applied energistics. So hooray for that! So we should start seeing Direwolf start to play around with some applied energistics fairly soon. It looks like this is probably the newest version, the last version that Algorithm X2 is going to be putting out for applied energistics for the current the version 9, which, to fix a few things, he did slow down the rate that stuff is pulling from the chest and stuff, so you don't want to go gung-ho at the moment on pulling things into a ender chest there, because it is taking some time, a little bit of time to pull things out. What I have here is you notice I got a full apiary set, which protects me from these bees. I've started trying to hybridize myself some more embittered drones there, an embittered line there. So I've using this one, using just drones, I've been able to turn a regular embittered into a rocky embittered now. So, which is very cool. Well, to a full embittered through a rocky, and I've got a few hybrids here on this end. So I'll probably start playing around with the hybridizing the end, but the main reason why I want to do this is these guys, they produce simmering combs, which, with simmering combs, you can put it in a centrifuge to get phosphor and wax. The phosphor can be placed in a squeezer with sand or dirt or cobblestone to make lava, which we can just at that point pump up to one of our chests there. And the main reason why I want to do this is I want to get away from draining the nether there and focus and in the future use these guys as a main power source for generating lava for everything. So I envision banks and banks of these things there. So we'll take a look at our B site real quick here. Let's go ahead and change our outfit real quick. There we go. So not much has changed here. I am working. Actually, what was I doing? There we go. You see, I've been working on getting these hybrids going there, and I'm playing around more with continuing to hybridize these guys. So should be interesting there, and I'll keep all updated as I progress with that there. At the moment, it's just a lot of grinding to get these various B types there, and that's not very fun to watch on screen there. So let's go on and head back to our machine shop. Now, I have made a few changes here in the main area. Let's go ahead and grab our B bag here and throw all of this in here. Ooh. There we go. I don't know if I shut off a little bit. I bet I extended these roads out. We're going to go ahead and be building ourselves a little dock area out here. And then out that way, we're going to go ahead and build ourselves an offshore oil refinery here in a couple episodes. So that should be interesting there. Do a little bit of creative stuff there. And see if I can build ourselves some interesting stuff. When this updated, for some reason, this viewer glass went missing on this only. It seemed to stay put on the on this over here. At least I think it stayed put. It might have vanished as well there. But the fact it's a tank kept everything together here. Yeah, I think it did vanish. But I had to replace all the glass viewer blocks. I'm not going to worry about touching these things or breaking them for the moment. For the time being, we're keeping up with lava. We're good there. We got 100 buckets of BNA. We got 900 buckets of seed oil, so we're progressing pretty steadily there. Let's see here. Here's the other thing that I've gotten changed around. For a bunch of these pipes, someone mentioned to me on the threads there that to reduce lag time on my ticks, if I changed it to have the autocratic the A gates to pulse only during certain things. Like over here, I have set them instead of pulsing all the time, but to only pulse. I'll show you real quick. When there's liquid in the tank now, so it causes less tick lag. Over here, I rearranged my layout. So what you see I've got going on here is I've got a line of cable running along the length here, all the way back here, with these guys spaced out in a cross pattern with one extra guy so that it connects everything for the routers. And then I put a bat box at the end of it there, and I've used half of the cable that I was using before. So it's working a lot better over here now. But let's see here. Yeah. So and like I said, these are pulling out a lot slower than they used to, which is fine, perfectly fine there. And let's see if I can show it on here. If it, that's right, I'm not going to worry about that there. But yeah, it is pulsing a lot slower, which we'll have to wait until the next version to see how Algorithm X2 deals with all that. But I think he'll do a good job. This mod has so far been excellent. Okay, updates and errata aside, let's go ahead and jump here. Actually, let's go to bed and reset the time real quick. Hope you all have enjoyed the new intro. I decided to try something a little bit different there, and I went ahead and it is yes, still a canned intro, but that I've modified and purchased and modified. But you know, I think it looks pretty cool, so I hope you all enjoy it there. Now, nothing in there. All right, so to make power armor, let's go ahead and pull that up there. We got several different things there, and we also got a power tool. So the first thing we need is we want to build ourselves a tinkling table. Now, we have an emerald, so this is one of the different recipes you can use. You can also do it with a circuit, emerald, and machine block, or with a frame, emerald, electrum, and transmission coil. So we're going to do it just like that. And I happen to think this thing looks really cool. So let's plop it down there. Yeah, that looks really cool. So, oh look, no modular parachute items found in inventory. So, let's go ahead and make some of these. So let's go start off with a helmet. So we need either wire or circuits and refined iron. So yeah, let's do 2 circuits. Circuits 2. And let's go ahead and throw all of this back in here. 1, 2, and refined iron. 1, 2, 3. 1 helmet. Check. Next, we've got the armor, which is 2 circuits. Actually, 1, 2, and 3. 2. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, so we need a total of 9 circuits. So let's go ahead and craft 9 of these. There we go. So let's throw that in here. And refined iron. So we have our pants. And then we have our chest piece. Then we have... Is that the boots? No, that's not the boots. Feet. Oh. It's reversed. And let's see, the tool, which is like a power claw, which looks awesome, is like this. And then 1, 2, 3. There we go. So we now have a full set of modular power stuff. Cool, let's go back to over the tinkering table. There we go. So we have no installed modules. So by themselves, they don't do a whole lot. Let's go ahead and jump out of our armor here, and voila. Actually, I think it looks pretty cool. And we got our claw, which doesn't really do much of anything at the moment there. No installed modules. This item is useless unless you add some modules. So, let's go and start off with the power tools. So, each of these things has different stuff. And when you click on it, it will tell you what you need to be able to make that item. There we go. Cannon, all that. And so we have 2 different weapons. We've got a multimeter, shovel, pickaxe, and axe. So we can actually do all that there. Blink drive. This is kind of like a ender pearl, basically. In place assembler is just a crafting table. And then we need, and then 2 of those 2 different energy batteries, and then color. The feet, you get 2 different levels of armor plating as well as shielding, which is lighter and but consumes energy there. So, and for example, yep. Now, from what I've been seeing, we need to keep this as light as possible. If we start getting it too heavy, we start having penalties to movement. So we have the different armors. These is going to be the same for all of them there. The energy is the same also. Basic, advanced, and elite batteries there. We have movement, we have the shock absorber, which negates fall damage, and we have the jet boots, which should help with that there. Help counteract gravity there. Not as strong as jetpack, but they should help out. Let's see here. We have the Connect generator on the legs. This helps power stuff just by moving around. For movement, we have the Sprint Assist, which moves us faster. Jump Assist makes us jump farther. Swimming faster with the Swim Booster, and we have the Uphill Step Assist. This is basically going to work the same as our boots. And we got a couple different suit styles here and things like that. And what is that? Hologram emitter, and then yeah. For that, we have the active camouflage, which makes you invisible. We have the glider, which you can glide while falling to move that way. The parachute, and then the jetpack, which we need the ion thruster. And then finally we have the helmet, which has night vision, flight control, which helps you fly a lot better. The R meter, so you can see R's nearby. The helmet has a solar generator. The auto feeder, which just keeps feeding you whenever you end up getting, whenever you can. I'm not going to use it because at the moment I'm subsisting on that, and this will basically keep feeding you, and if it can feed you, it will. So you can go through tons of cookies or donuts on a cob and all that easily. So that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and let's move that there. Alright, so let's go ahead and make ourselves that. So we need a couple of servo motors and an LV capacitor. So let's pull this out. Servo. So we need wiring, solenoids, and iron. Solenoids is iron and wiring is redstone and gold nuggets, or redstone and gold cable. So let's make a bunch of wire here. So gold. Let's do a whole bunch of nuggets. And then we have redstone. There we go. Get a full stack of that. 2 stacks. You know what? That should be far enough there. And let's see here. Iron, which we have thousands of right now. And let's see, we need 2 solenoids. There we go. And an iron and a wiring. So let's do wiring, solenoid, solenoid, servo motor. Ta-da! Alright, and the last thing we need is the LV capacitor. So the LV capacitor, there we go, is paper, iron, and wire. Paper, iron, and wire. So, paper and wire. Just to double check. Oh, wire. More wire than iron. Let's see here. There and there, and still don't have it right. Ah. Iron. There we go. LV capacitor. And we go to the Tinker table. And we can now install it. Let's see here. We need 2 servo motors. Let's do that properly this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 solenoids. 1, 2, wire, motor, and install. There we go. So now it is installed. We have it available there. Now, right now you see at the moment there's not really any kind of weight. And then you can do the different tinkering to do different stuff. So let's go ahead, let's see here. Melee damage. Let's set this to 5 damage. And carry through his knockback. Let's not worry about knockback. Actually, let's set this to 10 damage. 110 joules. There we go. So, we now have our melee assist. Now we need a battery. Let's go with an elite battery. At the moment, we don't have to worry about weight. So we need all we need is HV capacitor for that battery. So for the HV cap, glowstone, ender pearl, glass, and wiring. Well, that's real simple. In fact, let's just make a number of these. Pearl, glowstone, glass, and wiring. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. In fact, let's just let's make a 5th one. So let's do that real quick. Just make, yeah, sure, that's fine. Glowstone, glass. Alright, so let's leave that up like that. So let's just put one of these in each. So this, if we install it, 2 kilograms. That should be okay. 2 kilograms. Install, install, and install. Good. So that should now use up all of those. Yes, so they're now all contained within. So we're currently up to 2 kilograms weight. Let's increase this up to 10 kilograms and 5 megajoules. And then let's go ahead and charge this. And then we'll go out and we'll try and kill a couple zombies or something. Let's go make our way all the way over here. And... well, that was quick. That was very quick. Okay, let's go see if we can get ourselves a slime or something. So... okay, that's decent, I guess, there. Oh! Definitely taking a lot more damage because I don't have the rest of the armor on at the moment, but that seems decent enough. Run away! Run away! Save me! There we go. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and make a few more pieces, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I won't, I'll explain what I'll put together once I'm done, and I won't bore you with the gory details of the construction. So, back in a few. Whoa, okay. So, I've got a bunch of stuff installed here. Whoa. Let me go ahead and show you what all I got hooked up. So, starting from the top down, we have the night vision goggles and the flight control installed. Night vision goggles, well, do exactly as they say. So right now, let's turn those on, and I'll give you an example. Let's say that you're down here in the mine, and you just so happen to run out of torches. So, you're digging along, and oh no, whatever are you gonna do? Oh, there we go. No more torches needed. Of course, you have to watch yourself, otherwise you'll let monsters and stuff spawn, but no torches needed. Let's turn that back on. The flight control turns the jetpack into a kind of creative mode. So you see, right now, I'm not touching any buttons at the moment. I'm just sort of hovering here. Over time, my energy will go down, but I've got 9.58 million joules at the moment there. Whoa. Unlike creative, you cannot shift to go downwards. You actually have to aim down and go down. Oop, there we go. Let's see here. What else do we have? Solar generator, so it does generate energy in the sun over time. I've got a water electrolyzer, so if I go underwater, let's go and test this out. Whoa! Oh, that's the other nice thing about this. When you're underwater and stuff, you hit the night vision goggles, and you can see it like it is clear day. Cool. Yep. And so every time you run out of breath, this uses 1 jolt, 1 kilojoule, 1,000 joules, and it gives you an air bubble, which in Minecraft completely refills your air. So you can stay down basically indefinitely. So awesome. I've got my energy shield, which basically this gives me a certain armor, but takes a certain amount of that. I've got this set to maximum for all of them. It just, every time I take damage, every point of damage uses up lots and lots of energy. So energy shield, I've got these batteries on each of them there. You'll notice what I've done there is we need to keep the weight as low as possible. When you start going above 25 total combined kilograms for all of this, your speed and stuff can get slowed down. Let's see here, I've got my glider and my parachute and my jetpack. So let me go ahead and show you this. Turn this back on. I'll show you how the key binding works in a second. And turn this off. So here we are falling, and I've got my parachute on. So while holding shift for sneak, I glide down slowly. Now if I move forward, we just glide. Like so. Here we go. and turn it off. There we go. And actually, let's try something real quick with this. So let's say we uninstall that. And then we turn that on, we go up. Yep, and we're just, by holding shift and forward, we are gliding like so. But I want to go ahead and get that reinstalled. So, there we go. Jetpack, everyone's familiar with jetpack. For the legs, I've got a kinetic generator, so this takes up 4 kilograms, but I generate 1 kilojoule every time I move 5 blocks. It's not a whole lot, but, you know. Same energy shield as normal. Sprint assist, basically this is what lets me move faster. I think I'm walking too fast, so that's probably a little bit better. There we go. And when I sprint, I can really sprint. There we go. Like so. Ah! Let me up, let me up. You will see that I do have the step assist, so it lets me go up instead of just half a block. Let me go for full block, which is just like the boots we've been used to wearing there. Jump assist, let's go ahead and increase that a little bit. So this will let us jump higher. There we go. Okay, let's increase a little bit more here. For the jump assists, that's probably more like what we're used to. Yeah. Yeah, that's a little bit better. So we'll increase the walking speed just a tad. So we go back to sprint assist and walking speed. Yeah, that's fine. Jump assist, swim boost. We can go faster when we're in water, which lets. I believe we have to. I don't know if we have to turn that on or off. I will just leave it on. It doesn't matter. We have the same. This battery size jet boots. I don't have installed because I've got a jet pack. Shock absorber. Basically, in this case, I absorb all damage, and for every meter I fall, I use up 10 joules. And then finally, for the weapon, I did not install the plasma cannon. Don't need to worry about it at the moment. I've got my melee assist to just do maximum damage there. I don't have the multimeter installed because I'm not using universal electricity. I've got the shovel, pickaxe, and axe installed, doing maximum damage. Or I guess you'd call it damage to the landscape at least. So they each do, you see, 25 times the normal speed there. I've got a blink drive. Right. The in-place assembler. So this is a crafting grid. This is a ender pearl, basically. And then this allows me to do stuff with diamond. This lets me mine underwater and so forth. So there's one thing that I need to check. Alright, so here's the way this works. You press K, and then it brings up a key binding arrangement. Right now I have this set so that N turns my night vision on and off, and B turns off my jetpack and my flight control, which is really handy there. Alright, so let's go ahead and drag all of this down here. I don't think we have anything else we need to worry about. These all turn themselves on and off as necessary. We don't need to worry about that. Alright. And there we go. We hold down shift and we use the scroll, and this lets us do this. So, see? Just like tossing a ender pearl out. Whoa. Just like that. Ta-da! Hello. Let's go underwater. So, see, perfectly clear. We dig just fine underwater, as you see, with this claw of ours. And we're still at 9.55 million joules out of 9.95. So, overall, I am very happy with this power suit. It's not the exact same as what I'm used to with the Gravichest. I don't. The night vision is really nice, but I don't have the ability to avoid things like poison and weather the quantum armor gives me. But for a mid to high tier armor, this took a lot of grinding around. What I just basically did is I just made a whole bunch of different. Come on, what's up there? There we go. A bunch of different these. So all of this was required in putting all that together, and lots and lots of iron and some gold and some redstone. But overall, I am very happy with the result there. So I still have this, but I can probably get rid of my shovel. I probably don't need my shovel to worry about. In fact, let's go ahead and put my pickaxe up here. There we go, and let's eat some. Eat. There we go. So that's pretty much it. Next time, we're going to go ahead and get started with building our dock, which should be a little bit of fun there. Let's go ahead and put these in the past area here. Yes, we're going to go ahead and get to work building our dock, and you know what? Let's keep this in here. There we go. After that, we're going to go ahead and... see, it's nighttime. No, it's not. Yay! Whoa! We're going to go ahead and build our dock out this way. Would you guys stop that? Ooh. Get him, boys. Take him out. That's right. Take care of... forget it. Get him! Feel the wrath of my claw. Ha! Claw successful. Whoa. Hit me! Hit me! Come on! Hit me! Hit me! Hit me! Ha! Okay. Enough fooling about. So, like I said, build our dock, then we're going to go ahead after that, and we're going to work on our oil platform, and then we'll see what happens, and we'll go from there. So, hope you all enjoyed. If you did, thank you. Don't take my little guy out. There we go. Anyway, if you enjoyed, a like or a favorite is always appreciated. I hope to see you next time. So, have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.